How Israel, with US assistance, can deter Iran from producing nuclear weapons. Iran seeks to produce nuclear weapons. Israel and the United States wish to prevent Iran from reaching its goal. Therefore, during the current negotiations with Iran, let alone if they fail, the United States and Israel should deter Iran from developing nuclear weapons. It requires delivering Israel a certain arsenal. If eventually Israel has no choice but to attack, then it will need US military and diplomatic support to deter Iran and Hezbollah from escalating the fight. There has been an ongoing covert war between Israel and Iran, which includes all kinds of actions and strikes. On April 12, 2021, Iran accused Israel of sabotaging the Natanz nuclear site, a key facility in Iran's nuclear program. 9 If Iran continues to refuse to be flexible during the talks, or if the negotiations fail, the Biden administration might rely on imposing sanctions. The Biden administration might also allow covert actions, aiming at deterring Iran from producing nuclear weapons. Yet it might not be enough. The Chief of General Staff of the IDF, Israel Defense Forces, Lieutenant General Aviv Kohavi mentioned in late January 2021 that the IDF prepares a number of operational plans, in addition to those already in place, in regard to Iran. 10 It could serve in deterring Iran from producing nuclear weapons. Some Iranian nuclear sites are well fortified. The IAF has US bunker buster bombs, the GBU-28. However, those bombs might not be powerful enough to crack Iran's highly protected nuclear sites such as Fordo. For that, the IAF requires the MOP, Massive Ordnance Penetrator, a huge American bomb. 15 In October 2020, there was a bill in the US Congress calling the Department of Defense to consider selling Israel bunker buster bombs capable of penetrating heavily fortified underground facilities. 16 Dennis Ross claimed in July 2021 that the Biden administration must make it clear to Iran the costs of pursuing a threshold capability. To do so, the Biden administration should consider giving Israel the MOP. 17 Israel's fighter bombers can't carry the MOP because it requires heavy bombers, which the IAF does not possess. The IAF needs to obtain from the United States a strategic bomber. Israel will not get the B-2, but the B-52 is old enough, having been in service since the mid-1950s. This factor will make it easier for the United States to provide the B-52 to Israel. Another option, although a very problematic one, might be if the IAF uses its C-130J, a transport plane, yet one that might be able to carry the MOP to Iran. It will be a very dangerous operation, but the IAF can take this risk since the threat to Israel is so high.